On the 12 days of pleasure, my true love gave to me. Oh, sorry. On the 4th day of pleasure, my true love gave to me 4 brains with no words, 3 sex dens, 1 love and trust and erotic sovereignty. So today is day 4 of the 12 days of pleasure. Hello, Pleasure Circle. Today I'm doing it in here as a little bonus to you. The public is not getting it. They need to come in here to see the 4th day of pleasure. And I'm really happy to be here to talk about today's pleasure tip. Every day for the next 12 days, now we have 9 days left, leading up to Pleasure Alchemy, you're going to be getting sex mastery tips, tricks, and tools that I will be giving you to bring yourself more into pleasure, more into fully inhabiting your power. So if you're watching, go ahead and comment, #replay if you're watching the replay, and let's dive right in to the 4 brains with no words, which is what we're getting today. So a brain with no words, right? We can also think about this as flow state, or a state of being where our mind is not chattering. So many of you in signing up for Pleasure Alchemy have been talking about having your mind getting in the way. Right? Just go ahead and type in if that's resonating with you. Like, yeah, my mind totally gets in the way, right? Like, I'll start to touch my body and then I'll get a thought, right? Something will happen and it'll remind me that I need to go do something or write something down or go do the laundry, right? And so one piece of this is that I just want you to release the negativity around having thoughts appear. The thoughts are appearing because they are there in your system to be heard. It's almost as if you're cleaning out. You can think of your self-pleasure practice like you're cleaning out behind a couch. And as you clean out behind the couch, right, you'll start to sweep away the dust with the broom and mop, and stuff is going to come up, right? And so think of the thoughts as just the stuff that is coming up in your self-pleasure practice that gets to be loved, accepted, and fully heard. So if you're struggling with thoughts getting in the way and pulling you out of pleasure, I want you to try this one tool. When you're having the thought appear, can you love and accept this thought as simply a part of you that wants to be heard? So if you're in the middle of touching yourself energetically, let's say you're doing day 1 of the self-pleasure challenge and you're touching yourself energetically, go ahead and notice that you might have thoughts appear like, oh, I gotta go do the laundry, or oh, how much time do I have, right? So when that appears, just let the thought be there, thank it, hear it fully, and then continue on with your pleasure. So often we think that thoughts derail us from pleasure. I see this a lot in sex too, where, if something negative happens, like someone has a big emotion, or there's a deep body sensation, or even pain in the body, that all of a sudden we have to stop doing everything that we're doing and we can't continue on in pleasure and flow. When the magic is being in the flow state of your pleasure, right? How fully can you let yourself flow in your pleasure so that all of the external things that come in don't derail you from the mission of waking you fully up to your aliveness? So that's a piece on what you can do with mind chatter that I find super helpful and super important, and we'll be playing with it more at Pleasure Alchemy, which is happening in 9 days. I'm so excited. I've been having team calls with the team. We're all super pumped. We're super excited to meet you, to be there with you, and I just want to call and recognize that by you showing up, there's a deep courage that it takes to show up to such an intimate event, to an event that probably is like nothing that you've been to before, right? To have this event totally geared towards your pleasure, and to know that you may be doing things that may be uncomfortable, right? So one of the things that happens with our nervous system is that it always tries to go toward comfort or toward what's familiar, and the unfamiliar, the uncomfortable, is not safe is how we see it, right? So when we courageously step into a new reality, a new version of us, we're moving away from what was familiar into what is now unfamiliar. And that movement, in order to make the unfamiliar familiar, is to actually immerse yourself in the new practice, to immerse yourself in this new reality of what is possible. How much pleasure can you actually play in, right? How much liveness can you actually feel in your body? How juicy can your self-pleasure and your sex practice actually be? And the way that we're going to be doing it, so I've gotten a few questions about pleasure alchemy, so I'm just going to answer them on live here, and then tomorrow I'll probably write up a post for you so that you have all the questions answered. But the way it's going to look at pleasure alchemy is that it's a PG-13 event because we're going to be on Zoom. Don't worry, there's not going to be nudity. Some of you may be super bummed, but some of you are probably like, whew, right? There's no nudity. Things are of a sexual nature or suggestive nature, but it isn't like full throttle, everyone's genitals on the screen, right? Actually, no nudity is allowed, so that won't be happening. So if you have a weekend and you have kids around, for example, you can still join in, right? And put your headphones in and tap into the parts that you can tap into. It's not going to be me standing there and talking at you the whole time. This is the reason that we're not recording it. It's a highly interactive, highly immersive event. So if something comes up and you notice yourself, oh my God, Genevieve, I can't get out of my thoughts, right? My mind keeps doing a chattering thing that it's doing and I can't find pleasure. I'm right away going to ask you, can I support you in that? And I will go in and actually guide you to finding this place where there are no words, right? This place where there are no words, this infinite vastness that is actually you, full of infinite possibility and massive pleasure that's available to you. Sometimes it's hard to find it on our own, right? And so when you have a light post, you have a guide post of how to get there, which is what pleasure alchemy is doing. It's going to remind you of what's available. Then it'll be easier for you to find it on your own after the event. Other questions were about our backstage pass that we're doing and about our after party. So 2 super hot things. The after party is going to be intimate time with me directly following the event, where we will play in whatever you desire to play in. So you may want to ask questions, but most people honestly don't want to ask questions. They want me to actually do work on their bodies, right? There may be dancing involved. We're going to celebrate. I'm going to get to know you deeper. And the way to join the after party, it's super simple. All you need to do is invite 2 of your friends to Pleasure Alchemy. Once they book, we will give you a ticket to the after party, and we will see you there at the end of the event on Sunday, which I'm super excited for. You do not have to attend the entire event in order to be at the after party. In order to get your refundable deposit back as part of being in the pleasure circle, all you need to do is show up on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. If for some reason you can't make that time, just email our team at Genevieve@essentialreclamation.com and let us know, and we can see what we can do to honor your time frame, right, and what's available to you. So the last time that I did this, everyone was like, I can only make a little bit of it. I don't know what I'm going to do, right? And once people got into the first night, they were like, fuck it, I'm going to make the whole weekend because it's so transformational. You won't recognize you at the end of the event. Like, it's just not going to happen. So get ready for that. Like, all that aliveness that's about to come in your way. What can you do this week to prep for that? Can you clean up your room? Can you buy some new outfits, right? Like, look at the future version of you that you're about to step into and prepare yourself so that when you step into that over the weekend, it can actually be integrated in your being, right? And that'll happen naturally because the work is embodied. So you'll really feel that. It's not going to be something that you just learn about and then think about and then try to figure out. It'll actually be in your system, and you'll be able to feel totally new and totally different and totally alive. Those were the 2 questions. And backstage pass is kind of the next level from the after party. So these are people that have invited 8 people into Pleasure Alchemy. So 8 of their friends have logged in, they're coming on, they've got their refundable deposits down. You can use the same refundable deposit link for both the after party and backstage pass. Just give them the link, and then they will put your name when they are registering. They're the friends of yours, right? So we will be able to track it that way. You can also give us a list of the people that you're inviting, and just so you want to double check it with us, that's totally fine. We can do that too. So backstage pass is 8 humans that you've invited in, and you get 1 session with me. You will also get a signed copy of my book. The after party will also get that. Fuck Yourself Open, which is coming out in October. And then you will also get a party at Pleasure Alchemy. We'll celebrate you, which is going to be so fun. And let's see, what else? Am I missing anything? I think those are the three. Yeah, so 60-minute. You'll get to come to the after party as well, right? So that's backstage. Oh, one more thing. And you'll get a backstage pass sneak peek into what my team is doing during the event. So you'll be able to see what our team meetings look like what we talk about and what we bring in, right? You'll get all of that juiciness in case you see yourself wanting to host events in the future, like large online events. You'll get to see how we run it and how we do it so beautifully. And I'm really proud of my team for how they step up and really step up to serve you. So you get to do all of that, which is super fun. And I already see there's a bunch of people that are doing it. They're sharing it off. So keep going. I can't wait to play with you next weekend and drop in really deep with what's present for you to see what's there. I know a lot of us are moving through a lot. You know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. There's fires all over the west coast of California, west coast of the US, right? And so I can only imagine, I'm in New York, so I don't have that, but I can imagine what that must do and feel like to your energy field. And right now, more than ever, having an event where we can hold your nervous system and bring you back to you is going to be extremely supportive for what's to come moving forward over the next few months and how you can begin to rebuild yourself, right? Once things start opening up again, once the air quality gets better and you start going outside, who do you get to be now? How can you transform you so that the person that you were before the shutdown is not the person that you are after? And I will support you in doing that, and my team as well. We're so excited to meet you. Comment if you have any other questions. GIF, or just comment if you're coming so we could do like a quick roll call, because I haven't really been looking very much, honestly. My team's been on it. So let me know if you're coming. I just want to celebrate you and keep an eye out for you at the event. And I'm so looking forward to it. I will see you soon. And I'll see you for the 5th day of pleasure tomorrow back on my main page. Okay? Love you guys to pieces. Mwah.